I never anybody, but I got something to do with it.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Oakland Raiders. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On second down, here's Smith. And there's the first NFL catch for the Maryland man, DJ Moore. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Throwing on third down, Smith. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
There we go, D. That's the way to hit.
Here's Smith now on second down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. To throw on third down, Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. As David Johnson works his way back from the wrist injury, what are the hesitations, the cautions for him?
Well, number one, you want to make sure he's got full strength in the wrist because he's going to carry the football an awful lot, so ball security is important. And you definitely want to make sure there's flexibility there because he's been such a great pass catcher in the past. You want to make sure he gets back to being able to do that as well.
ChrisRich94. Yo, Chief. Hey, 734.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Steps away to his... And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Coney Ely able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. And he stopped immediately there. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in Q1 of the new year. We'll be back. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys that can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 6 there on 1st. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw on second down, Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and now it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Here's Smith. And that is incomplete. Good coverage that time by Malcolm Butler.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And Gold is able to put it through, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you could circle a guy around, and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
7:34. Hey, later, 2.
On third down, Carr forced out to his left, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus,
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Fielded just inside the 30. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
Smith now looking to throw on 2nd down. Caught right side. It's Lewis. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Smith on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Looking deep downfield. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And Gold is able to put it through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
637.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. This one caught by Crowder.
Another miss.
Still on his feet and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
Here we go.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
You're mine. Right now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
734.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
734. 734. Hey, 734.
From the gun, it's Carr. Looking long for his tight end read. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. but you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Smith to throw on second down. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. A give. This is Kamara. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now Smith. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And his throw is incomplete. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here's Smith to throw on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Hurry, good set, fellas. Later one.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
7:34.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Buying time to his left. On the catch, it's Crowder. And now running right through it. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
On 1st down, Carr. Flush to his right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Carr. Being chased out left. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jordan Reed, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come. Bullock good on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, on.
Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Smith. It's complete to Graham. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Smith now 9 of 17 through the air. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing is Smith. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the ground, Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On second down, here's Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's Smith now on second down. Looking left side, and he's got him in. It's Moore. And I think the ball's out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Had a good move, but only able to work it to the 20-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, on.
They run it again with Kamara. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throwing on third down, Smith. That is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Trey Burton, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. So here comes Alex Smith as he'll lead his guys up to the line to go for 2. Smith now to throw. And he will find the end zone here. And the lead moves up to 7. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is. And I don't know how much that particular play factored in. But with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
There you go. You got 56 there. 24. Come here. 6-18.
Carr now on first down. Going for right side here, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Express. Get down. Get down. 734.
Carr now on first down. Dancing to his left. Bryant has it. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the fourth and final quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Throwing on first down is Carr, eluding the pressure right. And this one's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
93.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Muscles him off. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Go. Get set. 6-18.
From the gun on 3rd down. Carr, a hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Hey, on.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. To throw on second down is Smith. Caught right side, it's Lewis. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Here's Brian Anger now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Crowder now to return. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 1st and 10, Carr. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The catch is made by Kendall Wright. Whoa, still won't go down. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, Carr. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
All right, get set, fellas. 29. 29. Hey.
Now Carr again. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Ready. Line, 80. Hey, let's roll.
They begin on the ground with Camaro. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, on.
Back to throw, Smith. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Justin Ellis able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now it's Crowder. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have is chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
6:37.
Carr trying again on 2nd down. Bryant with a catch right side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Down. 188. 7:34. 7:34.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how Difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now Carr, gotta have this one. A quick hitter, complete. It's Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Steps away to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Akeem Hicks in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Right Monday down. 7:34. You're mine.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Brandon Oliver now on the return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now it's Smith. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot. Smith now to throw.
And that's incomplete. This entire defensive unit, Charles, they've really put in a good shift tonight, so to speak.
I like how you phrased that. This has been a good shift. They punched the clock the entire evening. They ought to have shirts that have their names on them in the front to let them know these are blue-collar workers who are getting it done.
I said 980. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Now Smith. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
7:34. Down.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Rams getting set to go now. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd...
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Javon Hargrave forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Get set. 7:34. 29. Low.
On second down, here's Carr. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. The Rams on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be third and forever. Shotgun now for Carr. Flush to his right. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. It got his man complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
6:37. 6:18. Hey, 7:34. 93.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Two minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Room here to run. He's still barreling through. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 34 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 6 yards on the pickup. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. The first NFL carry here for the rookie Royce Freeman. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So now Randy Bullock with an important field goal try here. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And Bullock will put this one through, and they take a 17-14 lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's Smith. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Let's go.
On first down, Smith. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked off by Tom Davis. And that's how this one ends. In dramatic fashion in overtime with the interception. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for L.A., they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for Charles Davis and our entire